السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Yakov,
السلام ورحمة الله.
I got
You are in a very quiet area.
Go ahead, Yakov.
No, Marvin. I just wanted to speak.
Oh, you wanted to respond to what I said? Okay.
no, I wanted to completely. I just wanted to create. I wanted to do an intermission here that Isa and Yakov are going to laugh really hard. I was on the train and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden one of my exes sits down next to me. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh.
What would be yours?
Why did you do that, Marvin? I could not believe it. She was like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? And so we were just talking. It was quite strange. I think we're going to probably talk, but it was quite strange. So anyway, I thought that would be a laugh for you.
What did you do?
Your laugh is funny, bro. I'm dying.
Speaking of which, you need to fill
Don't
us in
do
on
it, Marvin.
Marvin, you need to fill us in on whether there was a second date, but we'll get to that.
Second date,
Right. But this one was this girl. She and I had kind of a whirlwind relationship, and I was the one that jumped out. So I kind of feel bad. But there's a lot of more to the story. So we'll see what happens.
She came to sit next to you on the train?
Yeah, she just sat. She was, the door open, and she got in, and she kind of looked at. I'm like, what? Because of course I was just checking her out, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, look who it is.
They call those
I didn't realize it.
They call those stalkers, Marvin. Don't walk.
Marvin, you picked up a random stranger?
No.
Long distance relationship.
I was sitting in the train, and the door opened, and this girl walks in, and so I was kind of just checking her out, only to realize it was one of my exes.
So, okay, we can go on this one.
Yeah, please.
I actually think I usually really hate Ben-Gvir, but one thing that I agree with him is that I think Israel should have never tried to go to the negotiation table. Maybe just for political optics. But
Yeah, you have to.
Never go on.
Yeah.
Maybe just for political optics. Maybe just for political optics. But in general, sorry.
Should they just go out fighting? Don't negotiate, just keep
Don't
on fighting?
negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, because there is not real negotiations. Israel's demands are too strong for Hamas, and Hamas demands are too strong for Israel. So they will never go to some type of a resolution between themselves.
But I have a question.
Israel wants them to release all the hostages and also to lay down their weapons, meaning giving their weapons and demilitarize Gaza. That would never happen.
And Hamas will be out of Gaza.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, yeah. And Hamas Hamas.
Let me talk.
But once again, Hamas wants to retain, and Hamas wants to, basically release a lot of their prisoners in Israel, and also to retain power in Gaza. Right after all of that happens. So both of those things just are not coinciding, and those are red lines. Those are not some things that one can negotiate.
So what's the solution?
And this is why just finish off Hamas. Sorry?
Paul, did you just
Little by little, tunnel by tunnel, weapon storages by weapon storages.
Do you know
anything and Hamas by head of
What do you think
Do you have any any Israelis in Gaza by any chance? I mean, really, you don't.
Yes, why? So,
You don't.
why?
Wait, Paul wanted to say something. Sorry, you're very rude. Paul, what did you want to say?
Yeah, Paul.
Personally, I am not a supporter of Israel, but that does not mean that I'm disrespecting you, so you also don't have to disrespect me, okay? So
No one will disrespect you as long as you are concise and not insulting anyone. Go ahead.
Okay. What do you think about Netanyahu being judged by the international court. Yeah, the international court.
Nobody
He's
cares.
not. He's not. By the way.
How do you mean nobody cares? Like, how can you?
A few things.
Because
Well,
nobody respects.
just to answer it quickly, it didn't happen. Okay, so no one is now like you're talking about something that might happen. It didn't happen, so we can wait until it will happen.
It happened.
No, there was a request for arrest warrants that are still not.
Does everybody
not
appeal
approved.
to like international courts? I just don't understand it.
Those are
Oh, but
optics.
when
So
it's
that
in your favor-
secondly, the international courts literally don't do anything. Thirdly, there was like an opinion piece of the ICJ, but not like a ruling. So I don't know, Paul.
And you know, we see the ICJ as a political entity, not as a really like a place of justice. I mean, you look at the head of the ICJ. I mean, the head of the ICJ, the judge, used to be the Lebanese UN. How do you call it? The UN
How about
person.
the rest of the
for
judge
Lebanon.
then? Let's see.
Hold on, sorry.
Karim Khan.
Hold on. This person
Everyone was a prosecutor.
voted. Hold on, Soren, can you hold on 1 second? He voted against Israel more than 200 times. So if it would be a normal court of law, he would have to excuse himself or like get himself out of the case due to
Recuse himself.
But he was only
Recuse
one.
himself.
Daniel, there were 15 other judges.
recuse himself.
There was, it was
Yeah,
not
but the
only
fact is,
sole judge. It was
I
a
understand, but you need to understand what I'm trying to say is
One.
that this is not like
Yeah.
I
What is
understand,
that?
so
What
I
about the
think
rest of the 14? What's
Oh my
Soren, maybe
Soren.
Soren, listen, I will tell you this once, okay? You don't need to repeat what you say 7 times,
Sorry.
especially after the first time when we try to answer you, you try to add more content, but you don't. You just say the same thing 7 or 8 times. I already asked you this before. Stop repeating yourself. We are not slow like the people that you used to talk to. We get it fast. It's enough that you say 1 time, but just
don't
be
say
accurate the first time. That's it. Now, let me finish what I said. What I'm saying is, yes, but also the audience are not stupid, okay? And they heard you once, twice, it's enough. So, what I'm saying is that in a normal court, a person like this would recuse himself out of conflict of interest, okay? This is a political court. It's not about right and wrong and about justice. And I understand that it's in your best interest because you hate Israel, but this is a double-sided sword. It might bite you in the ass. We need those institutions to be unbiased, to be loyal to the truth and not to political gains. I think those people that are supporting, I think those people that are now supporting the ICJ because it's against Israel.
to what I said.
One at a time.
Everyone mute up. If you want to talk, you're gonna do it when nobody's talking.
I mean, the reason
Why
that
is
I
this
have to repeat myself is that Daniel
No, you don't have to repeat yourself.
intentionally deflect what I said. That's what I have to repeat to him. What about
And
the other
listen,
14 judges?
before you answer to that, I actually want to ask Abby something. She's a lawyer and she understands a lot about these things. So I want to ask Abby about this International Court of Justice and other international organizations. Am I right to say that they don't have they don't have priority over the sovereignty of a country? And what do you think will happen if this ends up happening with Netanyahu?
Well, first of all, the United States isn't respecting their sovereignty or their jurisdiction. And the United States has rejected it, and so has other countries. I mean, I'd have to look at the other countries that line out. I think the UK is one of them. So, there's 2 courts. So what the court that has been, that was filed through South Africa, and I believe maybe, I don't know if Ireland joined in, is a different tribunal. But in terms of what they can do, I mean, ultimately, if a country goes through the true Hague and through the International Criminal Court in The Hague, they can put sanctions or recommend sanctions internationally against a country. But this is not the court that you were talking, that was originally going after Israel, which was the pressure that came from Amal Clooney and demand that came from South Africa was not one that the United States was recognizing.
But you say that they can recommend sanctions. Does that mean that the ICJ does not supersede the sovereignty of the countries and that they have to agree on those sanctions?
Yeah,
Or
they'd have
is
to agree. They'd have to agree.
So the ICJ cannot order something to happen. They can recommend, right?
They can
People have to
recommend.
agree.
There's no world government.
One
Correct.
thing
That's the reason why I want to make it clear, because it seems like a lot of people think that because the word international is there and the World Court of Justice is there, that they are all of a sudden the rulers of the world and that everybody has to bow to them.
No,
It's not
no.
like
You know what it is? I'm gonna explain to you. These are the same institutions, yeah, or organizations that helped y'all get the country y'all have today. All right. So
no, Paul.
No, they didn't exist back then. They didn't exist back then. I'm sorry.
They didn't exist.
didn't exist.
Paul, these
The
are
International Court-
organizations.
wait, International Court did not exist 50 years ago. 6 years ago.
50 years ago, they are not the
70
reason why
years
countries
ago, it
exist.
did not exist.
Paul,
Please,
God.
let me talk. Like y'all don't even let me talk.
You know what?
All right?
How
One
old
of
is
the-
Israel?
You know,
How old
Daniel,
is
one of
Israel?
the judges was a Holocaust survival. He was actually Israeli. I don't know why you don't
It
talk
doesn't
about him.
matter where
I
he's
know
from.
that.
He can
I know
be.
that.
Why don't you talk about him? Because it doesn't fit your narrative?
No, this is an anti-Semitic
You
judge. One of the
focus
judges
on one
is an
judge
anti-
only. Only one
Why
judge.
is it
You don't talk
relevant?
about the Holocaust survivor that happened to be a judge.
No, it is.
Wow.
Listen, he voted
Y'all
against
biased.
Soren.
Biased.
You repeated this and I will try to answer you. I will try to answer you after one second, just to answer what Soren tried to say now 3 times. The judge is an Israeli judge and he voted against. Okay, and you are talking about the ICJ. They were talking about the ICC before, but ICJ, the head of the panel is a Lebanese, and because it was about Israel, there was an interim judge from Israel, Aaron Barak, who is a Holocaust survivor, and he voted with what's the country? I forgot the name. I forgot the name. They voted against. Okay, so I have no problem with him because they voted against.
Yeah, it's not the final decision with one judge. All of the judges look at democracy. I don't know what what democracy is. 15 judges vote, so majority says yes. So it's not only one
Soren.
judge final
Yeah,
decision.
but
Again,
So
it
they're
is
talking
not.
about one guy. Which,
Yeah, and I'm saying,
honest.
what I'm saying is, that it's political. That it's political. You know what? Even the Israeli judge.
Issue the warrant for President Putin as well. Was that also political?
Hold on, sorry. Even the Israeli judge is, you could say that he's political because he's the one voting against it. So it's not about what is true and what is right and what is wrong. It's about politics, and that was
So
exactly
there's
my
never
point.
right or wrong. So there's never right or wrong, basically. That's what you're saying.
No, it is not what I'm saying. There is right or wrong. I don't think that the ICJ or the UN are bodies that are loyal to what's right and wrong.
Okay, who is?
Israel.
Yes.
Israel, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Our superior.
Israel.
Everything. In every level, our superior.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing, Daniel, right? And then I'm gonna leave. I wanna say one thing, alright?
Okay.
Listen, the Jewish people, like, y'all even betrayed your own prophet. Like,
No.
y'all are like the scum of the earth.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
No,
you're the
no,
only
no,
people.
You know,
Bro,
and you know, you want to talk about right, you want to talk about right and wrong, Paul, you are on the wrong side of history. Because if you are a Jew hater, you are on the wrong. You know, I don't need the ICJ or the ICC to tell me that you are on the wrong side.
I'm a Zionist.
Okay, you are on the wrong side.
I hate Zionist. I hate Zionist.
to speak like Earth with Earth.
I hate Zionist people.
You
I
just
hate
say Earth.
Zionists.
You hate Jews.
You don't know what a Zionist is.
I'm from the Earth. Grow the fuck up, man.
Good riddance. God bless you all.
And
Except
Paul-
Soren. Take that flag down, Soren. You're not a Jap.
Let him have whatever he has. He has the
No,
right to have whatever he wants.
I agree, but I do think we should not make personal attacks on people on the stage. I don't want to hear, in my own opinion,
So, Yaakov,
idiots
you went
calling
away.
people names.
Jacob, I had asked you a question. You went away. You said that
I was
you want
away.
to respond.
Fine,
not
shut that
create a
shut
deterrent silence.
up.
What made a deterrent
interrupting people, Soren. Stop interrupting people.
There's no interpreter, yes?
Yes,
Yaakov
I'm
is in the middle of
talking.
speaking, you dumb fucking shit.
Wow, that's how the Zionists grew up, by the way.
Okay,
That's
exactly that.
That's my
exactly
point.
That is what Yaakov is saying. So
Right.
there are only two rules in these rooms. One is no personal attacks, and the second is no call for violence. You
There's a
do
third
one
one.
of the two, and this is the only time we're gonna say it. You do one of the two, and you're gonna be either moved to the audience or thrown out, depending on how bad the insult was.
Okay.
Including in the chat.
That's
The
right.
chat. I don't want to hear people
You can-
talking about people's private parts.
You
in
can
the chat.
say what? No. Personal attacks. Yeah, like you can say whatever you want. I don't care what your opinion is. There is there's space for everyone to disagree. It doesn't matter. Attack the argument, not the person.
Jacob,
Right.
you said Iran will respond. They will not create a deterrent. But if they want to go
Wait,
that path,
what did I say they would respond to?
for what happened yesterday,
I said they wouldn't respond.
No, you said
The
they wouldn't
opposite.
create a deterrent. You said they wouldn't create a
Deterrent to what? Deterrent to what? What are the supposed to
to
deterrent?
violations of the sovereignty. I don't know. It was you, Mayor, says that Iran will
I
not.
did not say anything about.
Who was coming up with the definition of deterrent, by the way? Was it you or Mayor?
I didn't. I don't know who. I can't
Oh, okay,
say.
all right.
Mayor did it.
Someone was saying that deterrent is this, so Iran will respond. They will not create deterrent. Creating deterrent is something else that it will make Israel think twice to do it. So I was curious to know if Iran want to go that path of creating deterrence, what that deterrence look like.
Fear.
Fear
Fear. By the way, I just got a report. Hang on a second. I just got a report from the FBI that the guy who shot Trump was an anti-Semite. This is coming. You guys are going to get the notification.
Yeah, I read
So there
all
you
that.
go.
They
That's
they
what we
finally dug into his
He was a
social media.
Democrat.
and
They got into his
He was
Gab
a-
account.
and it was like 2019. He posted all kinds of horrible anti-Semitic stuff. And yes, he was a Democrat.
Wait, which account did they get into?
Was it
Yeah.
a Facebook account?
The shooter.
Yeah,
The
somehow.
shooter.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah,
a Democrat.
and Norm has been saying it all this time. He yelled "Free Palestine" before he shot.
Before he pulled
Oh
the trigger,
my
he
god,
got
I'm
three
so
ballots.
shocked. I'm so shocked.
With what?
With him being a liberal leftist.
It's like,
No, he's an anti-Semite.
He's a cancer.
Like some people on the stage that we deal with.
Simon, we're not gonna do therapy.
White supremacists, that's a problem, you know.
Not today.
Leftist.
The guy that shot Trump is a white supremacist?
It was white.
He's a white
Yeah.
supremacist, and Paul is an Arab supremacist. That
I'm
says
not
Jews
an
are rats
I am
in
not
the
an Arab.
comments. Yeah, you
I'm
are.
not an Arab.
I know you're
I
fucking
swear to God, I'm not. I'm
Don't
Persian.
fucking lie. Okay,
I'm
I hear your
Persian.
accent.
You're in the Matrix.
I'm Persian. Alright?
Paul, do you have anything actually interesting and of value to add, or are you just going to be a boy with emotions in the room?
No, I want to say something.
What else do you have to say?
I'm not.
Alright, I
I'm not.
said no insult, so everybody say goodbye to Paul.
No, I didn't say anything.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hey,
Who's
hey guys.
next?
Hey guys. No, I'm not next. I'm gonna behave, I swear. Evie, could you please check your personal messages?
I did. I sent you one back just now.
Oh, awesome.
Is that Andre talking?
So Daniel, what do you think about what I said? What that deterrence look like to you if Iran want to go that path? Oh, obviously someone said it. I don't know.
Who's
I don't think they use a deterrent.
So,
Because deterrent from what? I mean, we are not attacking Iran out of the blue. Okay, we're not attacking Iran because we have something against Iran specifically. We are doing a defense war, and there is no deterrent that would prevent us from defending ourselves.
Yeah.
Zero, none,
but you
nothing.
could have taken up in Qatar if you specifically use Iran rather than taking out in Qatar or Turkey. So that comes with the implications. So if Iran want to go that path of creating deterrence, so Israel not do that again, not respond through its allies in the region, what that deterrence look like to you?
The only way that if they don't want us to retaliate against them, they could say we are backing off from this.
So that's not a deterrent. That's
We are
not a deterrent, though. That's submission.
That will prevent us. So this is what I said. There is no deterrent that will prevent Israel from defending itself. When you want to do a deterrent, is to prevent someone from attacking or from committing something that will hurt you, whatever. You cannot deter us from defending ourselves. I don't see anything that you can do that would do that.
There's one thing, but it would take too long and they can't do it, which is to create a missile defense system or any kind of defense system to protect themselves, and they're not capable of doing that anytime in the next 25 years.
What about taking out one of the officials in Israel?
It will not be a deterrent.
That's not deterrence. That's war. That's an act of war. That's not deterrence. Deterrence is preventing Israel from doing something.
How about going nuclear?
Well, seeing as the Ayatollahs came out with a position piece through an Islamic court last year that says it is fine within Islam to create a bomb as deterrence, but never to use it. So even Iran themselves, for whatever it's worth, have claimed they would never use it, but they would create one as a means of deterrence.
Exactly. What if it goes with a tested one?
And I would claim that using a nuclear bomb is not a deterrent.
As a test. What if you go with testing it? Not using it against Israel, testing it in the middle of the war.
No, listen, I don't understand. Like, first of all, go ahead with it as a test. I want to remind you that we're not the only nuclear power in the area. Second of all, I think it will kind of expose them because Palestinians are very close to us. You cannot hit Israel with a nuclear bomb without...
No, they're not going to hit Israel. What the idea here was just creating deterrence, meaning that they have to go that
In order to create a deterrence, you have to be prepared to use it, and there's no way that they would use it, so therefore it's not a deterrence. It's a logic gap. Okay?
So you think that if they have a bomb,
they're never going to use it. They're never going to... They would, what, destroy Jerusalem?
No. But it can be a small bomblet, like a little one. It doesn't have to be that disruptive.
Sorry, please. Sorry, this is just ridiculous.
It could be a little nuclear bomb.
Hold on. There are suitcase nuclear weapons. The U.S.
Bomblets, like nuclear bomblets.
There are nuclear suitcase weapons, but let's be real. They're not.
Why are we being used to crowdsource deterrent options for the Iranians? Why are we
We're not
having
talking
this
about things
conversation?
they couldn't have thought of already. The reality is they won't. So let's just move on.
And Soren, if they were just to show their, if they were just to use a little one, as you say, that wouldn't show shit. That wouldn't show how strong they are. So either they use it or they don't. But it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna show you a little bit. No, they have the big one, and then it's like, yeah, if you make me use it, it's gonna be because I'm really mad. So don't make me use it.
Yeah, but I agree that they're not going to use it.
That's what's called
I
deterrent.
agree with that narrative. But for sure, if it's going to be pushed, they have to test it in their own soil rather than use it against Israel. Because you're right, there's so many Muslim Arabs, Jerusalem's there, Al-Aqsa Mosque is obviously not going to use it there. But to create deterrence, one of the way would be just to test it, to show the world, to show the friends that don't mess up with us again. I mean, that would be one of the options that I could.
Well, I'm glad that you get that. I'm glad that you get what the messages are. That's exactly the message that was delivered yesterday with the leader of Hezbollah and today with the leader of Hamas. So I hope that the message was gotten, was understood, and that they understand that they cannot keep fucking up with Israel.
By the way, do you think you will hear like some calls that Israel genocided the Yazidi war?
What do you mean?
You're
They
quite
don't know.
naive.
They don't know his whereabouts. That's the problem. They don't even know where he is. This guy, Ismail Haniyeh, he's out there. He's a public figure. He's like, it's not like he's a hideout. Everyone knows where he lives. He's got an address. So there's no intelligence.
Not that everyone knew where he lived. Actually, we still didn't see any photos. Actually, I think even right now we don't have any photos.
Yeah, he didn't have a strike. Wow.
No. The photo of the strike.
No, I'm talking about.
You're talking about that
you can.
when he was living in stuff like that.
When he was living in Qatar, you mean? When he was living in Qatar?
No. When he lived in Iran right now. In Tehran, okay.
The guy's a public figure. Everyone knows where he is. Even when he was in Doha, he was not like Yahya Sinwar in a hideout. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? There's no intelligence superiority here. So it's just more symbolic.
Honest.
There's a
Just an influencer.
that was for domestic consumption in Israel. So what we're doing something.
No, why domestic consumption? Why do you think it's domestic consumption in Israel?
Well, because
Like, I can't really understand.
because the reason is very clear. Up to 9 months, 10 months, the real persons behind this is Yahya Sinwar. He didn't manage to get to him.
No.
This guy's political. He's not
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for us. Like, dude, we said from day one that all the Hamas members have a target on their heads. Especially the leaders. Of course, Ania was a target.
Do you agree that you could have taken out 8 months ago for Israel?
No, it wasn't. No, I think there was an agreement with Qatar that it will not be done on their soil.
What's the agreement with Turkey?
With Turkey, something else. With Turkey, I guess they didn't want to upset Erdogan.
Okay, what about in the middle? He was also traveling all around. He was not only in Turkey and Qatar, he was traveling all around.
Right.
No, he wasn't. He was sitting duck in Qatar. What are you talking about?
So they could have.
No, he was also in Egypt and he was also in Turkey. You're right. We chose to do it in.
It's like,
He's not listen, he's not really a public figure. There's a reason why he's not in Gaza, right? He's the leader of the Gazans, but he's not in Gaza. He's traveling the world because he's on a.
Negotiator, for the lack of a better word. It was
negotiating. The guy that we targeted yesterday, Lebanon, has been on the most wanted list of the United States with a $5 million bounty on his head since the 80s.
True.
Since the 80s. You know, and we got it. So the fact that someone's a public figure. Yeah, but I'm giving you as an example the fact that someone is public figure.
What did it accomplish? Does the U.S. government have to send a $5 million?
Danielle, congratulations, you killed the one person. What did it accomplish? What did it accomplish? You already killed Sheikh Yassin. You already killed like a lot of the leadership. What happens?
No, I will tell you.
And yeah, you have a target.
Congratulations. Hold on.
You asked the question.
You
asked the question.
Hold on. I want my mic on that. I couldn't hear what he was saying because everybody's talking on him.
I wish, I think the only way I can speak in these rooms is that I have to raise my voice. First of all, Isa, you're quite naive, and as well to you, Daniel. One person, I'm speaking, by the way.
It's not a personal
I'm bloody
attack.
speaking.
It doesn't matter. Just let him talk.
I'm bloody speaking. I know you don't like me, so.
No personal attacks, Malik. It's what you say.
Oh my God!
Shut your mouth.
Naive is the person that got attacked.
Please, no more talking.
It's not a personal attack. Thank you for trying to. Shut up.
Guys,
Thank you for
everybody,
trying
please
to
mute.
get offended on my behalf. It's okay. Malek, go ahead.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a Superman. Okay, so I'll say it again. Daniel, you're quite naive. Every time, like a leader gets, oh, they'll fall apart. Oh, this is the end. Oh, they don't know what to do. And by the way, an even stronger leader comes. Before the one who got assassinated. For example, Sheikh Yassin, when he got assassinated, oh, this is the end. Just look it up, like the news back in 2005. The same exact thing. What we're doing right now, just on repeat. Truly, history does repeat itself. Yeah, and then okay, congratulations. You killed. I forgot his name. Ismail Hanay. What did that accomplish?
I would answer you.
Danielle is speaking. Danielle is the one who's speaking, not you.
Right. This is a question for Daniel. So.
And you as well.
Can answer. When we killed.
No, he mentioned me and Isa. But hold on, no, I'm trying to answer. Hold on. So first of all, no one said when we targeted Yassin, by the way, a few times, that it's game over, okay? Like, I'm Israeli, it was never said that it's over. The idea of targeting them is to have like a personal price. If you can see, Ismail Haniya is living in a 5-star hotel in Qatar. He has billions in his bank account. He is not suffering in Gaza, okay? He cares for Ismail Haniya. So we need to make sure that people also know that it's not so profitable to do terrorism, and you cannot only sacrifice your own people, but your own life will be at risk. Now, when you take out a senior person, yes, someone else will replace them, but someone with less experience, with less connections, and with less capabilities. Probably, maybe even Khaled Marshall will go back and replace Haniya. He was previously the head of Hamas. The idea is, yes, to create deterrent, pass a message that we can get to you, even if you are far away. Like we have eyes on you. And we can target you at any moment. That's basically the message. Be afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. That is the message. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I would like to reply before his response. Yeah, like normally. Daniel, so stop making assumptions. There won't be any deterrence. This won't end. Buddy, it won't end. One way it can end it is you kill all 2 million, not even all, like 7 million Palestinians who live from the river to the sea. This won't end. It won't. Stop being naive. And the second assumption, let me finish one sentence. And the second assumption, somebody with less experience will come. How would you, buddy, if you know something, say it. If you have an opinion, at least say, maybe somebody with less experience will say it. Just don't say it like a blatant, somebody with less experience would come. You don't know, buddy, you don't know.
So let's talk about it.
Even the Mossad don't know. How come the Shabbat?
I will tell you, because I will tell you, the guy that we killed yesterday was 30 years at the organization, okay? We know exactly what he did, and we know exactly what he was planning, throughout the years. So if you take out a guy with a 30 years experience, there are not so many other people in high positions with 30 years of experience. That is, you don't need to be a Shabbat or Mossad to know this. It's just common sense. And it's okay to disagree. But I wanna ask you a question back. You said that it will not resolve because we need to kill 7 million. Yada yada. What do you think will resolve? You want to tell me what you think? Yes.
I want to know. Palestinians have equal rights as Israelis.
They do.
Once it's Jerusalem.
Problem solved. They do.
What do you mean equal rights? What do you mean in Israel? In Israel they should have equal rights? Or in Palestine?
Whatever it's called. You can call it
Okay, Malek,
Malek.
explain, Malek. You're saying they both have equal rights. In what sense and where?
Equal rights, equal voting rights, equal.
If they have their own governments, why does it do with us? If they had voting, they voted in Gaza and they had an election in the West Bank. You had an election. Yes,
You answered it. My dad wanted me to ask the same question. I'll go to someone else before I finish.
Bruh, you ain't got no head. They photoshopped your fucking headline out of bitch. That bitch makes you look like Steve Harvey, you fat fuck.
Oh, bitch. One of his foreigners was from Houston, right? Okay, he just so fine. Why? No, nobody talking to you, bitch. He not on Clubhouse. He not on Clubhouse, bitch. Okay.
Good morning, Oscar, Trent, Doc. This is Books. How's your day going, gentlemen and ladies?
But you just too damn ugly, like. Anyways, go live, like go live, or
Instagram, Ask Books.
Look, give me Doc Instagram.
It's Doc Innovation. He met me because I read books, and he liked the book that I was reading.
Who just requested my Instagram SK with the shit? Bitch, I'm not worried about your fat ass, bitch. We just want you to go live. Since that's not you, but it is you, bitch. Like, you're so insecure, you can't even claim your face. Bitch, you're insecure. Take your face and do what? Throw darts at it? Bitch, I would have donkeys at the gun range just to shoot at it. Good for you. Good for you, bitch. I don't want your black fat ass. Bitch, I'm not even into, bitch, I'm not into fat niggers, so. I don't deal with it.
Man, I'm about to go 2-1 on your ass. 2-1.
I'm finna say it like this. I got a bitch that look way better than you right now.
Okay, bitch, and all my niggas look better than you. Like, what are we getting at? Like, bitch, how they gonna use me for my mouth, bitch? Right, I guess so. You too damn fat to fuck on. So what are you talking about? Why are we talking about getting fucked on, bitch? Was in a picture you fucking. Bitch, you too fat. Like, bitch, you probably been sweating on me.
The last time Trent saw his dick was when he was standing over.
Like, literally.
Talking about I'm not fat.
Fat as shit. Fat as shit. You black as fuck. You ugly as a motherfucker. Now you want to bring folks up here. Y'all, this is trending. I'm gonna y'all. Jam. Boy, fuck your ugly black ass. You're so insecure. You're so insecure. Yeah, girl, thank you. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about making you mad. Look how
Excuse me, moderators, this is Books. If I can interrupt this incredibly exciting bang room. Moderators, I apologize for the brief interruption.
over here look like the KFC mascot with big black ass. That's a fucking dick.
Wow.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
When I say hello, you say hello? When I say hello, you say hello? When I say hello, you say hello?
Well, he's right, the fellow veteran with removing him from the room. This is actually the person that brought me on the clown house. And I'm pretty sure that I would kick your ass in real life.
See, this is what's called people power. Some people have power with people. Some people have no power with people. Some people have a lot of people power. Hello? 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 Alright, since you got the monkey mind, the brain of a monkey, I'm gonna sing one of my new hit songs. It's called Please Come Home Now. I've got beans and bologna. This one's for you, Doc. This one's for you, Oscar. I'm singing this one for you, gentlemen, and Trend as well, maybe just the moderators. This is my new hit single from my #1 record. Vote Donald Trump and go to the gym, fatties. Here we go. This is called Beans and Bologna. Please come home now. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Please come home now. I got beans and bologna. Please come home now. I got beans and bologna. Please come home now. I got beans and bologna. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you for listening to our 3-beat hit track from our newest album, Vote Donald Trump and Go to the Gym, Fatties. This is Books. I'm complete. I hope I was succinct.
That's why you gotta watch on. That's why you gotta shut your ugly ass up, bitch. I really get to cooking on your fat ass bitch. I'm gonna tell you stink, bitch. You look stink. Fuck is wrong with you, bitch? The weak ass car, bitch. I'll hot dog you all your motherfucking dogs, bitch. I'll run the motherfucking dogs over, bitch. And I'll chase you around, bitch. So you can lose some calories, bitch. Then bring your fat ass over, bitch. Fuck is wrong with you? Why he over there looking like he pregnant? Bitch, I'm
Please come home now. I got beans and bologna. Please come home now. I got beans and bologna.
Big fat ass bitch. You're a chicken bitch. Wait, Oscar, he removing people. You removing people.
Please come home now. I got beans and bologna.
Now, discotheques, then that's apartheid because
But
you put a wall up.
can we actually imagine what Israel would look like if the Palestinians actually took power over it? I mean, I don't think that they would make it better. I think that they would just turn it into shit. Like, what are we talking about here? You're talking about, like, these guys want to regress the land. What are they going to do with it? They look how are the countries where they live, and this of course with the exception of like Dubai and these other countries, you know.
Yes.
But like, it's terrible. So I don't know why they want to take possession of something. It's like my mom would call them like little stomachs, you know. Everything, they're like a stomach. Everything they touch turns into shit. So it's that. It's horrible. So if Israel takes Gaza and West Bank, and I'm not suggesting that this happens, but I'm sure that they will make it like Israel. It would flourish, you know? Now, Palestinians take on Israel, God, it's gonna go back to century or even more.
I need to make this statement to the moms of this room. You guys have to do a better job when you encounter these divisive individuals who are just here to sow confusion and dissonance. You need to immediately police them and move them to the audience. I respect the idea of like, okay, free speech and we want to give each other perspective, but he clearly said, just like El said, from the river to the sea, make no mistake, he's not here to harmonize. And you have to identify and move them immediately.
But we're not here to harmonize, we're here to hear people's perspectives. If he wants to scream from the river to the sea, and there's people in the audience who've never heard that, then they can hear it straight from the horse's mouth and be able to hear how these people speak.
For a little bit, yes, but to up like 20 minutes and then try to reason with him is not helping anything, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I think you have to do exactly. And sorry, you have to break down arguments. You have to do exactly what Daniel did and pull it out like the person sitting on a witness stand. You have to do it that way. Otherwise, he's right. You fall victim to just dogma and it's not healthy.
Abby, we
And you have
didn't
to
break
remove
down
yourself.
anything. It was dissonant chaos. It was
No, I agree. Daniel finally pulled it out, but that's what you have to do.
No, he didn't pull it out. Malik was moved when Norm got on the mic. That's what calmed everything down. It wasn't like Daniel said something brilliant that unlocked Malik's mind. That's not what happened at all. He had to be moved.
I think Daniel's brilliant, and I think he does know.
So do I. I love Daniel.
Listen, it's fine if you don't believe that people should have a say. In the end, we're doing some of these rooms, well, actually to bring awareness, and the way that we do that is not by creating an echo chamber, but actually getting people to come on stage and speak. And the reason why it becomes very messy is because everybody wants to drive the fucking shit, and they don't understand that the people are driving.
Isa. We are at war.
The people
This is a war.
Oh, you see, that's the reason why it gets chaotic, because people like you interrupting when somebody's talking. And so we got already here 5 people that are driving the conversation, that we know what we're doing, and we talk all the time among each other, and we know how to guide the conversations, but everybody wants to decide how this conversation should go. So yeah, we want to break it down with them. And if you want to go to an echo chamber, you're free to go and open your room and go to another place where we're talking all about the same thing. It's fine. That's not what we do here. We like to hear dissenting opinions. And actually, what we want to do is not just shout at each other. What we want to do is for the person to explain to us where they are coming from. And if they're able to make sense of what they're saying, because all they come to these rooms is just to say slogans all the time. Just slogans, but they don't know what they're saying. From the rear to the sea, they don't even know what that means. They just say it because it sounds cool and it's everywhere in social media.
So we try to go deep, and when someone is kind of throwing slogans, and we try to kind of analyze each slogan and to go deep, and not to kind of be like moved by shiny objects that they keep on, like from the settlements to the West Bank, to Gaza, to the Balfour Declaration. You know, you said something, you said apartheid, you said ethnic cleansing, you said whatever. Let's talk about it, because as you said, we are at war, but there are 2 wars going on. One is a war that is on the ground, and the other is this information. Oh, I have a phone call. Hold on.
I think Malik fully knew what he was saying, river to the sea. He was hoping no one else knew what that meant. And he also knew that what he was really saying was there would be no Jews in the land. He knew what he was saying. I think that's why it is helpful to let them hang themselves.
Correct.
Because once it's exposed, people can understand. They know fully what they're saying. He knew what he was saying. He hoped that the idiots wouldn't, down in the audience are like, oh, that sounds nice. Everybody lives together. No, that's not what he was saying. So they exposed themselves eventually.
That's right. And this is a lot of this is the way. Sorry, Norma, just very quickly. This is the way how a lot of people have come to the Israeli side, because they actually see how both sides act and react to certain things. And I see always the Israeli side, they're trying to make sense, and they give explanations, and they give actual context of what's happening. It's an informed side. The other side, it's just trying to insult, it's just trying to come up with a lot of gotcha, which never work. And so they're just trying to create, to stir the shit in the roots, but they don't have really any point.
All I want is that they're trying to normalize certain slogans that people use without thinking about it. In the early 70s, they had a slogan, Zionism is racism. Now, nobody really thought about it. What does this mean, Zionism is racism? What is Zionism? Nobody thought about it. Nobody wanted to. As Daniel said a moment ago, go think about it. Then they used the term apartheid. What is apartheid? It's a Dutch word. The South Africans spoke a kind of Dutch Afrikaans, and it meant apart, a system of apartness, because they took one race in South Africa and they separated them. Israel doesn't do that. Israel is a parliamentary democracy, fully integrated. The people who live in Judea and Samaria, the people who live in the West. Charles, what are your dreams tonight?
which means you're going into the situation. Everybody first loves. That's our true school. That's our true school. That's why so much. Listen. Listen. This word she makes. Listen. It's a big business.
And then you have you talk policy too.
Did you know that you can get your prep for free? Absolutely. Did you know that you can get your prep for free? Absolutely. As a matter of life, that I think the ladies love it. I think the ladies love you, sir. You seem to be a little us. I feel like Daniel, he actually does not answer. He's a bitch. And I know you a bitch. I know you a pussy. You fucking autistic, you dummy. But you absolutely feel rich. I mean, come on. Alright, guys. Yes. I think you can do a show out there. Probably. Alright, Scott. We're going to continue your brainwashing. The show, if it's his decision, because the choices to be like, how angry, how like, I think, I found out that this is the back murder. Yeah, I think so funny. Yeah, which is and all of this, I mean, your position the virtue of the murder. They were planning not care about the general population. Is a disease that flies. Well, I forget which like how blood group it is. No,
basically he said that his biggest accomplishment is that he dismantled the Mossad with Iran. And this is what happened 6 days later.
So he's basically the guy that we're talking about, this Amir, what is his name? Amir Ali Khashoggi. He's in charge of a few units of everything that is flying, like the rockets, like the long range and the short range, and also like what are those like so-called like a chopper, like I'm saying so-called like a chopper. Chopper is regular. Attack helicopter. Okay, so attack helicopter, yeah. And they also have other planes, but basically this is what he's in charge of.
Attack helicopters?
Attack helicopters, missiles, long range and short range. She have 3, she have 1, she have 2. Rockets, missiles, and drones.
Does anyone know how it happened?
We don't know if it happened yet. But if it happened, it's great.
Alhamdulillah.
Like we get our mojo back. This is like that happening one after another. Like,
yeah. I'm not actually like surprised by how strong the Israeli intelligence services are. Like to operate like literal like missiles from within Iran. That's an interesting thing.
I read maybe it was launching from the points of Iraq.
Yeah, so there are like 2 conflicting reports. One said that it might be from outside of Iran. One said it is within Iran. So to be honest, I haven't.
You're right, it would be pretty. They are operating inside of Iran. And that in and of itself. So they're not launching them there. That guy was wrong. He's like, save the guy.
No, it's like super interesting that something like that happened nearly 6 days after this comment.
So ChatGPT is not giving me anything about this guy. And I go on Google, but yeah, I get some expos and some things on Instagram, but it's not this guy. Who is it?
So the Aerospace Force also has like a wiki page, and also the commander of the Air Force, of the Aerospace Force also has a wiki page. So maybe you can try through wiki, and then you will also have like at the bottom, you have like the resources that are related to it. So try to write IRGC Aerospace Force, and then you will find like from there information also about the guy. Not a lot, but basically.
I still find this.
I mean, I think it's photos.
I still find the article from News 14, Hamas, and Neil left the chat. It's like such a funny title for a news article.
But I don't really use channel at this time.
They are considered to be a news channel.
Like
I hate them, but this was like so. That was so funny.
Yeah,
They chose this English title.
I guess just like the bee, what is it called? No, the bee, the one that is sarcastic.
Yeah, Fox News is a joke. I agree.
And the five are also funny. So those two I like. And of course I adore Tucker Carlson, and I don't share what everyone says. But yeah, now he's on Fox, so I keep watching him. Actually, I think he has gotten much more interesting now that he's on his own, because he gets to make these 2-hour, 3-hour interviews, and it's so interesting.
I just put an article in the chat.
Oh, let me check it. I love it, the video. Hamas leader Ismail Haniya falls down. Falls down after loud pumping noise.
Can we have a room?
That's about that Trump, right?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna copy paste this. It's amazing. I think it's great. It's like a trust thing.
Why Carlson is a leftist?
What?
Can we have a room as to why Tucker Carlson is also a leftist?
Oh my God! You know what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do a GoFundMe, and we're gonna all chime in some money so that we can pay you therapy, and you can go and have a trauma dump somewhere.
Let's do it. I'll post on a Venmo.
Dude, you need to stop. Do you dream of leftists as well, Simon? Come on.
Like,
You need to be able to talk about other things.
I have nightmares all the time. These people.
I made up a song. It's based off of an old pop song, Dookie Booty, but it's called Dookie Booty, Booty.
You gonna sing it for us?
I just did. Dookie Booty,
Ah.
Booty.
It's the next assassination.
Okay, there you go. I couldn't put the whole thing, but there it is. Anyway.
Hey. I just had a creepy pickup situation.
Oh, tell us, Holly. How are you?
Alright. So real quick, I was at the grocery store, and I had picked up too many things. I didn't have a cart. And I'm assuming he's Mexican, but whatever. That's like a side note. But Mexican dude behind me offered me his cart. I was like, oh, that's so nice. So I took his cart. He only had like one thing. And I go out to my car, and he happened to park next to me. So he proceeded to like help me put my stuff in my truck, like without saying anything. And I was like, oh, gracias. And like, I speak a little Spanish, so I was like, thanks. And he asked me my name. I was like, Holly. I'm like, what's yours? And then like, I'm like, all right, buen dia, and then like, he asked me if I'm married. Like, when I got into the car, he like was still asking me questions. And then I was like, yeah, I'm married, bye. And he's just like staring at me. Oh.
Holly, do I need to talk to your parents? Didn't you pay attention that you don't have to talk to strangers?
Was he hot? Holly?
No, not at all was he hot. No, like, I don't know what he was thinking. You're fucking delusional, dude. Like, fuck off.
I just want, on behalf of all Mexicans, Holly, stop it. A Mexican would not try to pick you. I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
No, I love Mexicans. Nothing against them. That's the first time, that was just a little creepy vibe, really. Like, anyway. I thought he was just being nice. I'm so fucking gullible.
It's funny. Thank you for sharing with us. Actually, sometimes these things kind of like give you a little boost, like, I still got it. I'm not.
You know it. You want it.
Yeah, that is a little bit. Like, don't try to help a woman with her girl. I'm sorry. Like, maybe if I had like a fucking big ass, I'm at Home Depot and I'm struggling with all my life, maybe, especially if you're with your wife, maybe. But please don't help me with my groceries.
Holly, but if he was like hot, you wouldn't be saying this.
not married.
Well, if he was like, yeah, like if you were like not married and he was like sexy as fuck, you'd be like,
kids. Or
yes, you're like, oh my god, yes, and you'd be like, but how would I get to my apartment now? Oh my god.
But you know what, Daniel, I think, okay, fair enough. Like, if he had said something, like, I guess if it was, even if he had said, you know, would you like me to help you? Now, I know there may be a language barrier, but, like, if there's some way he said, at least ask. Like, this dude just straight up grabbed my toilet paper and put it in my, proceeded to, like, put things in it.
Wait, I have a question, Mom. Was he rocking the 90s? Or don't tell it? I gotta know.
Oh, no, there was no, like, suave, no. This was just, like, your average, like, Mexican worker bee looking dude. Like, not, like, just your average Joe.
Did you tip him?
Fuck no!
Maybe it was expecting it in holidays.
No, yeah. Next thing you know, it starts washing my windshield.
Yeah, here's $5, just go.
well, it happens to me. I don't know why, but I have a thing with Uber drivers. They all are like making all this conversation. Are you married? Do you have children? Oh, why are you here alone? Da da da. And it's horrible. Like they're all Muslims here in Switzerland. I don't know. I don't. Maybe that's my fate. I gotta go with a Muslim. I refuse though.
Did you have the kids with you, Ollie? He was probably just trying to help.
No, I was just me by myself.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah, dude, like.
Well, but at least he asked if she was married.
It's like white girls.